Hey guys, this is acservicetech, and today what we're going over is how to get out a stubborn stuck Schrader valve. So this is also known as a valve core, and basically what it does is it just holds back the refrigerant in the service valve. But sometimes when we're using the valve core removal tools, the valve core does not want to come out. So I'm going to show you a little trick in order to be able to do that. So we're going to go ahead and replace this valve core that's underneath of this cap right here. So first things first, we'll go ahead and take this off, and like I said, there's a valve core right in here. Just so you know how these work, basically, so you know, this is a little old. This one's about 15 years old, a C&D valve core removal tool. I use these for just about everything, for vacuuming and recovering refrigerant. Basically what happens is this part right here ends up grabbing. So it's actually grabbing this part right here, and you are unscrewing it out. So I'll show you as well. This one grabs very well as well. This is the Appion. So once again, that holds it. This one actually is holding it tighter than the C&D, but some people like the C&D for replacing valve cores. Either one, it works very well. I do use the Appion one though for doing my vacuums and doing my recoveries, because these are vacuum rated down to 20 microns. So you can replace a valve core even if there's refrigerant in the lines already. So you don't have to do a pump down, you don't have to do a recovery. As long as you use a valve core removal tool, then you can actually replace this without losing any refrigerant charge. So you make sure that this is all the way out, this is snug, and that the cap is on, unless you have a Schrader valve in here as well. So now we're going to go ahead and turn this on clockwise. Doesn't have to be crazy hard, just snug. Make sure that you have enough room to shut this off. Now what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and grab a hold of the Schrader valve. You see that we just slipped into the groove. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to hold this with my finger, because now we're under pressure. So we're going to go ahead and unscrew this until we feel that we're out of the threads. You're going to feel like a little click once the valve core kind of falls back into the old threads. Oh, there it is right there. So now to get this out, what we're going to do is you just go like that, and then you shut this down, and I'm going to hold this valve core just because I don't want it to spin, the valve core removal tool at least. And then what we're going to do is we're going to take this off, and you see that we did not get the valve core. I already tried this, that's why I wanted to go ahead and do a quick video just to show you. I'm going to show you a little trick in order to get this here. So I'm going to show you a little trick in order to do this. What we're going to do is we're going to see if we can go ahead and grab back onto the Schrader valve, which I feel we just did. Now what you want to do is you want to go slowly out. You see I just kind of popped back. I just want to take it real slow here. And the secret to this is just turning it while you're pulling it back, and that seems to be able to have a little bit more grabbing power on the valve core. So I've actually tried to switch the back part between the C&D and the Appions before, and just see if one works better than the other. It just doesn't seem like one helps over the other one in my case a lot of times, so I just figured trying something different like this may work. Now let's go ahead and see if we got the valve core this time. Yep, there we are. So just turning real slowly as you back it out, that's going to allow not only for this to not slip out, but also it kind of turns and it gets these two teeth to grab a hold of that a little bit better. So it provides more friction so it doesn't fall out. So that's what seems to work for me. Now we've got our new valve core, and we're going to go ahead and put that in. When we're doing this, I like to purge a little bit of the air that might be right in here out before putting the valve core in. So we're going to go ahead and do that. Okay. Then we're going to go ahead and screw this one in. Now you just want to get it snug. You don't want to go over tightening it. there is a tool that is like a little mini torque wrench for these, but basically you just want to make sure that you don't get it too tight. So that's that. Now you're going to turn that off, and you're going to unscrew this, and we're going to do a quick test to see if it's holding. So if you don't hear any pressure coming out of here, then you're most likely are good. So now before pulling this off, it's a good opportunity to just check for leaks, just to make sure it's not just a little one in there. And we're going to use this bubble leak detector right here. You want to make sure that you put enough on there to see if you have it bubbling out or foaming. All right, and we see that it's not bubbling. And now we can go ahead and disconnect it. And this way we don't have to put our leak detector in here. And then we can just go ahead and blow this out with compressed air or nitrogen from this side. And now we'll go ahead and put our cap back on. This one has a rubber grommet. If it does not have a rubber grommet and it has flat edges on it, a lot of times what we want to do is we want to put a dab of refrigerant oil on the inside and then go ahead and tighten it, because that will be a flare connection. So this rubber O-ring that's in the inside will stop it from potentially leaking if that valve core was to fail. If you're looking for any of the tools used in this video, I have them all linked in the description below, as well as the leak detector and extra valve cores. And if you want to help support this HVACR training channel, check out patreon.com/acservicetech. Hope you enjoyed yourself, and we'll see you next time at AC Service Tech channel.